And the next thing that I'm going to do is run my connector. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can run your connector. You can do it on a post. You can do it on a sponsored ad. You can do it on suggested friends if you do it in a group. So with this, you would click on the dots in the upper right-hand corner, click on Genius Connector, decide to choose your reactions if you are having it do reactions. I'm going to do likes and loves, and you can select what message you want and click run. Now I'm going to go into a group and really get targeted on who you're sending it to, right? Like if you know who your competition is, or you know what kind of things your target market is interested in, or what kind of solutions they're looking for. I'm just going to use an example. I've got 6 kids and my house is always a disaster and it's totally disorganized. So I could absolutely connect with people that are in this group. So I'm going to go ahead and click on people, click see all. If I want a message, I'm going to choose my message. So let's talk about messages, right? Like you have the ability to send a message or not. It's really up to you, whatever you want to do to kickstart the conversation. And if I'm in here, I might say something like, hey, Facebook suggested we be friends. I take it you're a busy mama too, right? Like that would be my message. If I am in an entrepreneur group and I want to connect with entrepreneurs, my message is going to look a little different. It might say something like, hey, Facebook suggested we connect. I'd love to get to know you a little bit more. I see that you're also an entrepreneur too. So for this, I'm going to do no message. I'm going to click run. There we go. Now it's working. You can see it's working because it's moving. Because if you have that pain point, maybe you don't have a pain point like me, but if you ever have a pain point like I did, where my messenger was overwhelming and it consumed all of my time, I was so excited about this CRM because I knew that I needed to focus on getting organized for the long-term haul. Maybe not today, it might not matter today, but I was thinking about 6 months from now and a year from now, if I seriously wanted to work my business hardcore, there's no way on this planet that I could keep up with all those conversations. And I knew for a fact all of my prior methods were not working for me because I was missing out and losing a lot of leads because I couldn't follow up with everybody in a timely manner. I don't want to just sit on Messenger for 25 hours a day, right? So I was losing a lot of business. I only leave people in here if we haven't been talking, because that way I have the flexibility to use the broadcaster if my week's gotten busy, which my weeks are always busy, right? So typically every day I'm going in here and I'm trying to go through and manually message like maybe 3 to 5 people. Like that's my goal. New week starts and kicks in. I'm going to go send a broadcast to that prior week to connect for me. I could come in here and send a broadcast to these 24 people from week 2 new friends. So I could come in here and send a broadcast to these friends and saying, hey, thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I can't wait to get to know you a little bit more and follow your journey. What all keeps you busy, right? Because the whole purpose is to try to get to the point, and get out of the friend zone. But at the same time, like if you're not someone that wants to cold message, which again, I'm all for cold messaging. Cool. You want to do it? Cool. It takes more people. It takes way more conversations. Well, that broadcast moved them to the respective holding tank. So I broadcasted week 2 new friend, moved them to the 2 new friend holding tank because it matches. So they are now in my holding tank until they respond to me. Now I know I can warm them up to ask them to take a look at what I have. So there's a path that is brief to help you get to know that person and warm them up to you. I like location, occupation, recreation, dreams, right? I want to be able to build a relationship, give them value. This is my value. So I'm going to put them in MGL warm up because we're talking. And the purpose of this is because I do not want to forget to ask. I forget all the time. All of a sudden I'm scrolling my profile a year from now. I'm like, shoot, they joined my company. I meant to ask them last week and I forgot. Well, now I won't forget because I can come in here anytime, every day, and message a few people to ask them if they're open to taking a look at what I have. So I'm getting to the point of an ask. What have I done? I've moved her to my asked because I asked her. All of these people that we're talking to, they're not sitting in Messenger waiting for us to talk to them. And we have busy lives. So we can't sit here like desperately holding onto our phone, like looking at the ... like they're typing. It's giving you that ability to take away that mental energy it takes to figure out where your conversation is. Leave them in there because I need to get a response from them that they've actually looked at everything before I move them into my drip labels. I will leave them there. I'm going to try to close them. But if I can't close them, like most people, take 20 to 300 times of follow-up, they're going into my respective follow-up labels, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, bi-weekly, monthly.